Alright, so I'm back with another Hardened Scales leak. Sorry it took me a while to upload a new leak, but I've been sort of busy, and yeah, now's the time to do it again. I made some changes to the deck, and I'll go through them before we start, and you can see the deck list here. I'll also post it in the description of the video. Somebody commented on that, and it's a good point. So I'm just gonna go over the few changes I made. And why did I make those changes since the last time? So first of all, the mana base I've changed slightly. The main changes have been I removed the Temple Garden. The reason is I just want to have as little pain as possible on my lanes. Right now, there's still a lot of burn being played. I'm assuming there will be a lot of burn, but also other matchups have become much more about grinding. Not only about grinding, but about racing. You know, like having to actually win the race. So, you know, that's the reason we're trying to get rid of the Temple Garden. And to keep the same amount of green sources, we have an extra plains and Pendelhaven. So we have the same amount of green sources and white sources, excuse me. The idea is that we remove the Temple Garden and we have added one plains and one Pendelhaven. We have also gotten rid of two cards that were a bit slow, which were Glacial Citadels. Didn't really seem to be super necessary for the success of the deck. Instead, we're running Karn's Bastion, and this is a complete experiment, but I did find that I was getting a bit flooded from time to time, and this could help with that. I was also thinking about Gavony Township, but I think just in general, since all our cards have counters on them, Karn's Bastion will be just superior. Let's see how it works. Maybe it's just a bit too bad and doesn't do anything, but I've not tried the card, so yeah, let's see if it does something. I mean, definitely a cool looking card. Rest of the deck is more or less the same. Two changes I made on the deck is I added the third animation module. I found that, you know, the matches you wanted, you really wanted, and it's a 1-mana artifact. The worst case scenario can just be sacked to one of our 8 sack outlets. And I also removed one Ozolith, and the reason is kind of the same reason we had the Karn's Bastion, is that sometimes I was seeing myself being a bit flooded, and you don't want to have really bad top decks in this meta where it sometimes will come down to 1 or 2 top decks. And I was looking at the videos, and I was lucky to have some really nice top decks in some situations, and I just wanted to lower the likelihood of getting bad top decks. So we are going with 3 Ozoliths. The reason we're going for 3 is because it's legendary. And I cut also one Springleaf Drum. That would make us be at 24 lands. That should be plenty to cast all spells, and also prevent some of that flood I was talking about. Maybe I'm taking too many steps towards this flood prevention, and then I will have mana issues, but we'll see. One card I was really always wanted to experiment with was Stonecoil Serpent. This card, I mean, amazing against humans, amazing against Colonel's Command, Assassin's Trophy, Abrupt Decay, all those cards. And with 4 strings in the deck, 1 copy should be enough to be found whenever it's needed, and we can always try it out whenever it's not needed. The power of this card comes also from the fact that it has trample, and it only has an X on the cost. So for 2 mana you get a 2/2, 3/3, for 3, etc. That works pretty well, of course, with Lurrus, and you know, it's just maybe a good dump snake to put all our counters on and just trample for lethal. Let's see how that works. It also has reach, and it's something that sometimes this deck can struggle with. You have no flyers on the instead if you don't have the top test with Hangarback Walker. So it's something that can help us show a bit of that weakness. I'm not sure if this is good, but it actually, one of the reasons this card has not seen played before in Hardened Scales is it doesn't work really well with sack outlets, because if you sack it, you lose all the counters. But thanks to the Ozolith, maybe the Stonecoil Serpent can shine. We're trying 1 copy. We'll add more if it's great. We'll cut it if it's not great. On the sideboard, slight changes. I removed one of the Pithing Needles. Just this card is very strong, but I was just not signing it that much. And basically I just decided to cut 1 copy, since we still can find relatively easy with Ancient Steerings, and it's not necessarily a card we want in an opening hand. But yeah, just to have the option to have it, but maybe not the most powerful card at the moment. And then I've added 1 Seal of Primordium. I did not know this card existed until recently, but I'm guessing Lurrus has made all these permanent cards that were otherwise pretty bad into pretty good. Sacrifice Seal of Primordium, destroy target artifact or enchantment. So this can be recorded with Lurrus, and this is also an answer to Chalice of the Void on 1. One of the nice things about Karn's Bastion, also an answer to Chalice of the Void on 1 or 2, so we can prevent to be completely locked out of the game. One of the reasons I also wanted to run an extra planes was that I was finding myself kind of low on basics, and people are running Path to Exile and Field of Ruin, so you want to be ready for, you know, making those Path to Exiles a 2-for-1. Like, you don't want to go down in cards against a Path to Exile, which you're still playing 3 of in the main deck and 1 on the sideboard. The other addition was Damping Sphere, so this took the space of the Engineering Explosives. Damping Sphere took the space of the additional Pithing Needle. And that's against all those mana decks, combo decks. You know, we are really susceptible to those, and this can actually help assure that. Same with the Ethersworn Canonist, one of the reasons to be on white instead of black. And I'm going to show you now with NTC Goldfish, the most recent Hardened Scales that was playing black. A lot of people ask me, why white over black? The reason we want to play white is basically Path to Exile. I do find Path to Exile to be the most powerful of the 2 cards, if you compare this to Fatal Push, and the most versatile. It can deal with Titan, it can deal with anything that is a Glory Bringer, you know, it can deal with everything that we have a hard time dealing with. And, you know, giving them a land, it's strong, it's bad for us, but it's not the end of the world. And maybe with my camera you cannot see this, but here there's an Ethersworn Canonist and a Damping Sphere. I really have no idea. I'll find out afterwards. I don't have a second monitor right now, so I cannot see that. But that's on the way, I guess. So that's pretty much the list. Of course, we're playing Lurrus of the Dream, then allows us to record our whole deck, basically. I think we're actually the best Lurrus deck, because we don't have to... You know, Mishra's Bubble, it's a great card, but it's so underwhelming to play a Lurrus, get a Mishra's Bubble, draw a card, and get a Lurrus dying. It's much more powerful to play a Lurrus, get a Hardened Scales, get an Ozolith back, get a Ravager back. You know, those things can really change the tide of the game, whereas an extra card, you know, if you draw an extra land, yeah, maybe it doesn't change the tide of the game so much. I haven't been missing the bubbles. I sold them. I opened an extra one and I sold it as well. And I don't think it's needed at all for Hardened Scales. In fact, I think it's more strong to not have bubbles. And if you look at the most recent deck dumps, you can see this black Hardened Scales. This guy is called Parrit or something like this. He's a Spanish player also. I don't know him, but he does play Scales. And the deck is looking extremely familiar, extremely similar to the white version. The only thing they have, instead of the Path to Exile, they're running Metallic Mimic, which is something I would like to run in the next league to see if that's good. It's probably really good, but just something I didn't have to get to try in this version of Hardened Scales yet. And they're running the Mimics, and then they're putting the Fatal Pushes on the side. That's the only reason they're running black. So, pretty similar list. They even changed the fetch lands for Llanowar Wastes and Blooming Marshes, which basically means that the kind of the white and the black lists are converging to some sort of optimum, and they are not running on the Mishra's Bubble. So we just think it's a good choice right now. I think you much rather, especially with Mimics on play, but with anything else, anything else that you have in your deck is better than a Bubble. So I don't think Lurrus is not a turn 3 play in our deck. Could be a turn 4, turn 5 play. Much more strong. And I've also been looking at other deck lists. Boggles, it's a big player right now. He just won the major tournament, a super qualifier. Strong deck and very hard to beat for us. There's an extra reason to have the Seal of Primordium in the deck. Of course, Engineer's Explosive could help against Slippery Boggle, but you do what you can. This deck is hard to beat for us. We need as much Enchantment Hate as we can. And another deck I've been paying attention to lately is Lurrus Jund. It's, again, a deck that really takes good advantage of Lurrus. I don't think they take as good advantage as we do, because they have Mishra's Bubble, but I guess the spells they draw are pretty strong. And they're running Unearth, which is extremely strong with Lurrus. Of course, you can record the Lurrus, and that's so much value. For most decks, it's hard to recover from that. But this is the deck tech. In the future, I'm interested on testing a black-green version that runs both Unearth and Fiend Artisan. I think Fiend Artisan and Metallic Mimic. So you can do some crazy stuff like sacking a Servo to find a Ravager, and basically having a Ravager out of our deck is super, super nice. And also Fiend Artisan itself becoming a big creature as the game goes on. I'm not sure if that's too cute or too bad, but I'll try it in the future. But for now, green-white scales coming up. It's gonna run a constructed league. I'm not gonna play it, but it's 7 hours until that, so Monolith. There you go. Yes, I'd like to join. Yeah, but still, I think Scales are in a really good position. It's falling down a bit in the metagame share if you look at this. I mean, you shouldn't trust it way too much, but this is not really a representation of the meta, but you can see it's not winning maybe as much. But still doing well, and we started. I'll join the match. Still doing well, and definitely a good deck to play if you like it. You know, like if you shouldn't play decks that you don't really like playing. So there you go. So we are on the play. That's the dream. Playing Lurrus. Yes. Where are you playing, opponent? What Pokemon? By the way, these are Eevee. Look a bit like Lurrus, especially Umbreon. So playing the Umbreon deck, and he also is playing Lurrus. So Lurrus Mirror. Kind of a classic thing to be playing these days. It's a good hand. I'm guessing this will be a grinding matchup, so I'm not too interested on getting rid of my cards by mulliganing. So I'll just keep. It looks like a good enough hand. 2 ballistas of different editions, and path to Exile to interact against the Lurrus. He's mulliganing. That's good for us. Ancient Strings to find maybe Ozolith. I'll probably start with Springleaf Drum because it's probably at its best at the beginning of the game, and it kind of gets worse as it goes. So I'm just gonna start with that and pass the turn. Yeah. So let's see what variety of Lurrus deck our opponent is playing. Overground Dump, untap, so I'm guessing a Thoughtseize is coming our way, and that will be almost for sure Lurrus Jund. Acquisition, sure, you got it. So just because they're like really strong right now, because most decks don't have a lot of spells that are costing more than 3. And it's free in life. Takes the path to Exile, very interesting. So he's not really afraid about Walking Ballista. We can play a Ballista. I think what's what we will do, and then tap the Ballista to make a green and cast the Ancient Strings. That of course opens us to another discard spell, but you cannot play around them having 20 million discard spells. So we'll do that, so we get on the board already. We give them something to think about. Yes, I'll have to pay for my Ballista. And then we're gonna make a green with Springleaf Drum and use all our mana. So it's like almost like having a... Okay, so 3 lines, we're not really interested in those. An Animation Model, which is probably one of the best cards in the matchup, so no doubts here. Animation Model is. Any order. Of course we bottom a path to Exile, which is not so good, and we have no ways to shuffle almost in our deck, so that's something to think about, that we only have one path to Exile in the next sort of 45 cards. Maybe they make a shuffle with an Assassin's Trophy. That's also could be powerful. Next turn we have 4 mana available. That means we can play this next Walking Ballista. We're very good against Maelstrom Pulse because we can always stack the Ballista in response, and then it doesn't get shot. Looks like he's playing a Tarmogoyf. Yeah, strong card. 2 mana, 3/4. Not bad. So okay, this is a Worker. Worker is interesting. I think I like Worker because it allows us to start building our counter count, and we can keep the Ballista in hand for when we draw Hardened Scales, for example. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. Play the Animation Model, of course, first, so we get the actual sweet value. And I'll say... interesting choice. I'll just tap the line. Yeah. So here we have all our dudes ready. And then from here, we can just pass the turn. We're not gonna tag, of course, into the Tarmogoyf, but basically, the Tarmogoyf is not very good against Animation Model because you can keep basically making servos all the time and eventually just outpowering him. One of the good things of not having abilities to shuffle is that we are able to... Okay, so he's attacking us. Just gonna block with a servo, honestly. I think the Workers still can still be useful. We don't lose that much. We cannot don't use a mana this turn, but yeah, I think that's fine. Is he shocking for this Blood Crypt? Maybe he has a Call Against Command. That's of course a very strong card. But we do have Lurrus in our deck, so we can actually replay the animation module. Value. Let's see what our opponent's up to. I'm pretty sure he has the Colonel's command, right? That's why he's shocked. But now he's like, hey, should I play now? Should I play later? That's the Colonel's command. So he deals 2 damage to this and destroys this artifact. In that case, there's not much to do other than shooting him for 1. Yeah, so just gonna shoot him. There you go. We'll lose animation module, but that's okay. Yeah. Clean 2 for 1 for our opponent. Not bad, but we're still in this. Okay, so we can play Lurrus now, tapping our good boy Worker and getting the animation module back. I think that's the line. So we're gonna do that, and we're just gonna tap Worker, make white, make this. Maybe he has another removal spell for it, but we put our kind of our best card into play. And then next turn we have a powerful turn with Walking Ballista and Arcbound Worker, so we're gonna go for that. That's the turn. Springleaf Drum, kind of nice here, as you can see. But still, maybe if this was a land, would be as good, and it's powerful. So kind of nice that we didn't block with the Arcbound Worker last turn, else we will not have anything left. So I guess he's attacking us with the Tarmogoyf. I'm gonna let that happen. I'm not gonna trade my Lurrus for a Tarmogoyf for 5 points of damage. I mean, we even have lifelink. He can play his own Lurrus, but he has nothing to recur, so he could have. He's. Sometimes his Jund decks kind of kill themselves. As you can see, he's already at 13 life. There's a Nihil Spellbomb. Okay, I guess he can use it to exile our graveyard. Okay, but that's, it's not the end of the world. We can still, yeah. He does draw a card out of it, but we still have things in hand that we want to cast. So we're not completely, the Seal of Fire. I'm guessing he just draw that very powerful draw, indeed. Yeah, well, in a way he's used his Nihil Spellbomb for just cycling, because now we don't use our graveyard at all. Of course, we're looking for a Ravager, as is often the case with Hardened Scales. So I think I'm just gonna. So let's see. If we cast these 2, we have 2 triggers. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna attack with this. I'm just gonna make a Cerebral. So I cast the Worker. It seems like he has yielded, so he doesn't have the Fatal Push. Yeah, I'm just gonna tap this guy, for example. I'm gonna tap this. You know what? I'm not gonna tap either of them. I'm just gonna pay. Then I'm just gonna play the Ballista. So now we're immune to any discard spells. They are like dead draws for him. Now we're gonna tap the Ballista because I'm not planning on blocking with the Ballista. I'm gonna attack with the Arcbound Worker. Of course, he does have Lurrus next turn, and he can record a Seal of Fire, which is very strong. But yeah, we still have animation module. Arcbound Ravager would be a fantastic draw. Does cast a Lurrus. Deal 1 to him. Sure. Maybe we should hold on to the Walking Ballista. Maybe that was actually a mistake. But I was afraid he would discard it otherwise. But I actually didn't really think he would cast the Lurrus there. I know that's kind of a mistake. He still cannot draw cards though, which is a strong position to be in for us. Plays this stuff, so he has 2 cards left. I'm gonna block the servo with the servo. Ravager would be an excellent draw. Non-animation module. That's not great. Yeah, I said this before that this is not the best card to have. I can try to bait him into blocking with Lurrus, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna attack with one Arcbound Worker, and then he blocks with the Lurrus. I can put a counter to it with the animation module. He does not do that. I don't think I'm really interested in putting a counter on it, so I'm just gonna let it go. I'm not super happy about this draw, and we have only 4 mana available, so I'm not even gonna play it. I'm just gonna pass the turn. Maybe we misplay. Maybe that Ballista, playing that Ballista out, and I think the big thing was him finding the Seal of Fire. Oof, he found Mischievous Bubble finally. So this game becomes quite tough. He will draw a card every turn. Now he will draw 2 cards, in fact, and he probably can overpower us from there. But we still have an option if we are able to get Ravager out, because Ravager could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we still have a good amount of cards, and he only has 1 card in hand, which is good. And I'm totally gonna go for it if I draw the Ravager. Absolutely gonna go for it. Yeah, that's the thing with playing more than 3 animation models. I was so convinced that it was the right approach to play the 3 animation models, but okay, he does play the Seal of Fire. That's probably smart. I'm guessing he will Seal of Fire any of the workers that I tried to put a counter on. Maybe he just Seals of Fire Servo. I'll block with the Servo, I think. Yeah, I want to keep my life total high, and I want to... Yeah. So he has 1 card in hand, casting another Tarmogoyf. That's scary. That's a fast clock. So I'm gonna put a counter and try to put a counter on this Arcbound Worker. If it fails, then I will, yeah, he will respond to it. That's fine. It's not great. It's not. I'm saying it's fine, but it's really not great. Yes. Yeah, we have played this. Really not melee defense. Draws a card. Counts Bastion. Interesting. Probably not very good right now, but which land does anything right now, right? You can keep on getting the Seal of Fire counters. So I'm just going to give a counter to this now. With a Servo. 2 mana available. So if he somehow destroys this, I have an option to get counters here. So I'm gonna play our animation module out, waiting for the Ravager. I think that Ravager is the only thing that can win us the game at this point. We have 4 counters, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that would be enough to win the game. We have 2 Inkmoths that can potentially attack. So he plays a top land. None of these guys fly. 6, 7. That Seal of Fire, he thought that was kind of our demise. Get Seal of Fire. Target the Servo. It's okay. So we have 1, 2. So if we top deck Ravager next turn, we have his 1 card in hand. So these 4 counters here, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the counter Ravager, that's enough, 9. Then we can actually attack with 2 Inkmoths, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can make this. And attack with 2 Inkmoth Nexus. What about not blocking? So he has 12, so if I don't block, I'm dying for sure next turn, so better block. Because he will have the Raging Line. Okay, so Ravager. Hardened Scales. I guess I'll play it. We can proliferate, but that's kind of bad. Since now he's tapped out, I'm gonna yes. So next turn he'll attack with this. If I block one of these, he kills me. So actually can it's the same. Okay, so if he has anything basically, then we're in trouble. I could attack there, but I think if I attack, I'm just dead for sure. And he has lifelink, so can't really attack. No Sakalde this game kind of stopped us also. We are around 40 cards deep. I guess I'm dead anyway, right? Because he will kill here. Animate this. Attack, I can block one. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay, he decides not to. Okay, I guess he just attacks with the... yeah, I'm dead. Yeah. Let's see. He was there. Almost there. Anyway, hard matchup for sure, hard game. A bit punished by our decisions, not gonna lie. So I think we're gonna bring... I think we're gonna try to do this card view thing, so it's easier for you guys to see, guys and girls to see. I'm gonna take out probably the Springleaf Drums. And I'm gonna bring Path to Exile, Tales of Summer. I think I'll have the Tormod Crypt as well, and they're gonna come in. Cuts. This card is alright in this. I don't think it's that great. Stonecold Serpent in this matchup. Maybe game 1, but game 2 we have probably better things to do with our mana. And we're missing 2 cards to cut, and I'm almost tempted to cut an Ancient Steerings. Is Tormod Script good to cut? Yeah, probably it is a good enough card. But I don't wanna go too low on creatures. Bell of Summer. On the play, I'll cut 1 Bell of Summer, I'll leave only 1 Bell of Summer in, and we can cut a land maybe. I don't want to, but okay, I'll cut a Worker and a Veil of Summer. Have the 4. I don't think we want the 4 Path to Exile actually. So I'll cut 1 of that. I think I'm happy with this. 1 Bale. I mean, maybe Bale is amazing, but it's sometimes also pretty bad to just hold on the mana early on. Which maybe it's better than another Worker. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Not entirely sure. I mean, this. I don't think this matchup is extremely favored, but it's what it is. You cannot be favored all the time. As I said, there's really not an easy matchup anymore in Magic. You know, like the guy has access to his companions, and they can really outgrind you. You could see that game. He played Lurrus at a better time than me. Discarded my Path to Exiles. And I had a hard time following suit. So I'll start with animation module. This hand is great, by the way. We have animation module, we have Throne of Geth, and we have Ancient Steerings to find us maybe Llanowar Reborn. Probably one of our strongest draws. Inquisition, I'm guessing he's time to take the Ravager. Did it make sense? Yeah, I think upon, of course, drawing that Seal of Fire really was the answer they were looking for. Anything else we could have eaten probably. No animation model. See, oof, I'm regretting more and more my decisions. Just gonna play out the Inkmoth Nexus. Get the Throne of Geth down. Pass the turn. That animation. Maybe we should change the animation model for Springleaf Drum. Who knows? Maybe that's the right approach. Because 2 times in a row already we've drawn 2 of them and it's been terrible. So this card is as good as blank. Sorry, shocks. Crocs. Okay, we can discard animation model to this. It's not the end of the world. Of course, it's good if the opponent tries to interact with it with our animation module. We can always play another one, but I think I like both Ancient Strings and Brushland better than animation module. So also this way we prevent ourselves some damage. So Hangarback. You know what? I think I'm just going to. Did I skip my turn? Oh no! Oh no! I skipped my turn. Jesus, that's a game-losing move for sure. I was like surprised how fast it all went. Damn it. Well, if it's a already hard matchup, we're making it harder. So I'm gonna do my initial play was to cast Hangarback Walker. Damn it. Damn it. So I mean it's very rare that I do this actually, but I've done it sometimes and it's always felt awful. So better not to do it. Oh my god, that's a bad play. That's a bad play. Who'd have known, right? So yeah, we would have the same board state, but basically we're now on the draw. Sorry. Sometimes mistakes happen. You will forget also things in maybe miss triggers in person, and on MTGO you F6 too often. Yeah. Good thing is, if he tries to remove our Hangarback Walker, we can sack the servo and proliferate it. Strong. I'm interested on a land out of this Ancient Steering, so maybe we'll do that next turn. Actually, we could have done this even this turn, because we in fact had another land grab. Seal of Fire. Strong card, eh? So he tries to go for our Hangarback Walker. I think we have no choice but to sack the servo. Maybe he has another removal spell. No, he doesn't. Okay. No. Oh. That was rough. Imagine proliferating to Hangarback Walkers at the same time. I mean, this would have been a 3-3 now. Oof. We really messed that up, eh? We really messed that up. This game is really uphill right now. We need to find lands. Oh, Engineer Exposed for X equals 0. Wow. He's gonna just blow our Doctors away. He can record this thing with Lurrus. So really powerful turn by our opponent, and yeah, we're very much behind now. I'm gonna try to find another land with one of these Ancient Steerings. Definitely has no interaction. He just F6'd. Oof, Ravager is a great draw, but I have a feeling that's maybe not good enough. He can record the Engineer Explosives next turn and cast it for 1 to strain the animation module. He can record the Seal of Fire. Oof. We're in deep trouble. I think we're in deep trouble this game. Skipping that turn definitely really hurt us. I don't really know. Ravager is probably our best bet, but he can just record the Engineer Explosives for 2 and blow us up. Of course he can blow up. He will blow up his own Tormod wave. Maybe land. Yeah, he can just do the Seal of Fire, same thing basically. I think we kinda need, in this position, we kinda need to play for the long game. We kinda try. We'll not work by trying to cheese our opponent out somehow. I just want to play the Hangarback and get a servo and pass the turn. I'm going to turn out to yields just in case. So I'm guessing he has no interaction in his hand because he didn't keep mana open at all. So what he can do is get Lurrus and get Seal of Fire back and kind of do the same thing again. That means we can also Lurrus in our next turn if we are able to find a... Okay, Execution of Kozilek, it's not the end of the world. Takes our Ancient Strings. Probably not the best card. He can do two things. He can get Lurrus. I'm guessing he's gonna cast Lurrus. Here is. And then he's gonna Seal of Fire us. Of course, Seal of Fire, extremely powerful anti-Lurrus deck. So doing the same thing as before. Of course, the Hardened Scales will make this much better, but no, we can't play. Yeah, so if we play our own Lurrus, he kills it with his own with a Seal of Fire. Just rather unfortunate. Path to Exile would be a decent draw, I guess. Not sure if I want to block. I'm not gonna block for now. I'm gonna take it like a champ. Let's see, Ballista. Okay, Ballista can kill the Lurrus, that's really important. Yeah, we're gonna attack with the top tiers, make a Ballista for X equals 2, sacrifice a top tier, proliferate, and kill the Lurrus. And then see, or we can play for X equals 1, proliferate, make a servo. No, that's not that strong. I could also see, I could hold one top tier back and block this next, block the Arcbound Ravager, the Tarmogoyf next turn. Maybe I'm gonna do that because I'm already at 10. So I'm just gonna attack with one of the top tiers. Then I'm gonna play the Ballista for X equals 2. And I will say okay, and I'll say no. Then I'm gonna sacrifice one of the top tiers, proliferate, the Ballista only. And yeah, I'm just gonna remove 2 counters, shoot the Lurrus down before we die. And okay, no. Yeah, we're gonna pass it. We have our own Lurrus up, so that's really strong. A land could be the best draw. So we're just gonna block here if he attacks. Yeah. If they attack, hey, we're getting better at that. I don't want to go down too much in life. Of course, you can see we kind of lost initiative by skipping that turn, right? Because normally we would like to sack whatever you're blocking with Throne of Geth. Oof, what's that? 4 mana? New deck. Of course, Kroxa. Whoa, man, that's a powerful net. So, of course, Kroxa will finish the game extremely quickly if left unnoticed. I think we are in that finishing the game extremely quickly stage. So, we gotta find a way. Brushland. So this is a way to get Lurrus and get some value. I think at this point we just have to. So what's gonna happen next turn? It gets a 3/4. This player. So he'll attack. We'll go down to 3. Hopefully there's no lightning bolt. I like the idea of blocking with a servo, proliferating into a Hangarback, then trying to go for a kill with the Inkmoth Nexus. I think that's our best way. So we're gonna play the Lurrus. Yeah. Okay. Then I'm gonna play Hangarback Walker for x equals 1. Okay, no, we can proliferate. This is rough. This is a really rough position. This Kroxa will finish the game extremely quickly. We need to find a way to not let him attack. Path to Exile. Where are you? A Bolt will do it for him. Okay, he's just attacking. So he attacks with Kroxa, Boost to life. He has a Bolt. No, so okay. So let's think about our blocks. Could block the Tarmogoyf, block the Walking Ballista, block. I just really want to get the Ravager back. So I think what we're gonna do is block this like this, block this like this, and we're gonna proliferate, move counters over here, and hope to draw Hardened Scales. Gonna sacrifice the Ballista, proliferate. No, we can make servos. This turn. Make a couple of top tiers. Of course, Lurrus can gain us life if he doesn't play anything else, which seems unlikely, but you don't know. Sometimes they drop you rare. Oof, Scavenging Moose. Damn, it does a nail on the coffin. I don't think we... If he's a Ravager, I think we're pretty dead. He has 2 more green things. Here the Ravager. I guess we can leave one more turn, sacrificing something to Phyrexia score. He's fetching. Forest. Getting a new green source. Oh lord. That was an amazing top there by our opponent. We lost. We lost. Next time he will attack, and there will be nothing we can do because we cannot block. Yeah, that's it. Sometimes. Well, we kind of got this in ourselves. First game, played a bit badly. Second game, also played badly. So yeah, it happens sometimes, but it's okay. We're not here to... I would rather lose these games and win a big tournament than win these games and then go unprepared to the big tournament. This guy really he knew what he was doing clearly, and he punished us for our mistakes. Yeah, maybe a bit out of practice also, like I haven't played